embarrassing game in our building like we did last time against them. And I was very, very pleased at the turnaround, because the turnaround was, it's a difficult thing to do for a team when they're jumpy and they look like there's a lot of disconnect out there in that first period. And after it went down a little bit, then guys started getting more nervous and more jumpy with the puck, and we couldn't complete a pass. And they come back in the second period and played extremely well, and obviously got a couple of goals. But too little, too late. We're not interested in moral victories, but it is something that we can build on. I thought a lot of guys, including our goaltender, played great.
Sort of a disturbing trend a little bit this year with giving up early goals, and 2 games in a row now getting down 3 and then playing pretty well.
Yeah, well, that's something to do with confidence, I think. Almost like, oh, the game is over now. Now we'll go play hard. But I think that was a little different tonight. I think it wasn't like they weren't ready to play. We were ready to play the game. I thought we came out all right. They get the first goal. Just a bad read by our back checkers, and the second goal was a real heartbreaker, because we were going on a 3-on-1 ourselves, and we just happened to pass it to a guy, hit his skates, and it turned the other way.
Well, it's a bad line change too, right?
But no, I don't think so. We only had 4 guys on the ice, and it still wound up a 3-on-1. The defenseman that changed was the defenseman. We had another defenseman come out, so that wasn't the problem. The problem was the other defenseman was carrying the puck, and he went to pass it to the center, hit the center skate. He didn't know it was coming, and it turned over, and all 3 of our guys were going the wrong way. They came back almost 4-on-1, and that was a shocker to us, I think. And then we recovered and played pretty well in the second and third period.
Could you talk a little about, I noticed Alex Chiasson was in the middle of every positive play that seemed to happen in the second period, the goals, he drew the penalty. Did he stand out to you in any way in this game?
Yeah, I thought he played extremely well. He's been playing great all year. I mean, he's our leading scorer. He works very, very hard. And I thought he gave us the type of effort we have to have from him. I thought Charlie was sick the last 2 days, and he came back and played well today after having a flu bug. He played well. I thought most guys played pretty well. We had a couple of defensemen that had bad nights. They were jumpy with the puck and caused us a lot of problems. But in general, we had opportunities. We kept after them. And it's hard to come back from 3-2, and we've proven that to ourselves twice in a row now. I mean, for 3 left to make it 3-2, we can't get the tie.
Just wondering what Riker's injury is, and if that's anything serious.
His injury is a shoulder injury, and it's week to week. He should not have played against Merrimack. He should not have played him. He wanted to play. He told me he was okay. He was okay until all of a sudden he gets bumped, and he couldn't engage. So I knew this was going to be. We might see how he feels tomorrow. I thought Patrick played very well again tonight too. He's played 2 games for us against Harvard and BC and played pretty well when he's been out there. So I was happy with him.
Coach, can you talk about the 2 penalties you guys took right after you scored? It seems like that really killed any momentum you may have had.
Yeah, I wasn't upset. I think one of the penalties was the Sahir Gill penalty. Yeah, take that penalty. He was just playing through the guy, hit him pretty hard. I'm not sure who the first one was.
I think it was Escobedo.
Escobedo, was that the high stick?
Interference.
Oh, interference. That was. He touched him. He absolutely touched him. There were 2 interferences called out there against us that were. One was chintzy and one should have gone the other way. The one on Max Nicastro at our crease. That was the referee got duped on that one.
Coach, we talked this week just about how, the whole team, but especially the rookie skaters, maybe a little bit behind BC in those first 2 games. Is it sort of reflective on the steps they made that you guys were, especially in the second and third periods, really skating right there with BC?
I don't know. BC's up 3-0. Maybe they didn't come out as hard. Maybe they thought it was going to be an easier night now. I know that the change in our bench and the change in our attitude in the second period was unbelievably noticeable. It was like we were afraid to make a pass in the first period, and then we just said, okay, let's just go play. And they competed, and they outshot them pretty badly the rest of the game. I thought Kieran had to make a couple of huge saves, but he was played very, very well for them. So.
that change between the first and second period? Was that a result of like the speech from you or something, or was that the captains, or?
There was a little talk in the dressing room by a lot of people.
Anything else? Thanks.
That's good.
Thank you, folks.